The girls wanted a makeup tutorial and I'm here to deliver, so let's recreate this birthday glam. I always start with my eyebrows first and I brush them out to lay them how I want them and then fill them in with a brow pen. I then carve them out with some concealer, but only on the bottom to keep them a little more natural looking, and then bring that concealer all the way down on my lid. Then I go in with the shade that's around the color of my skin tone and apply that all over my lid to set them and make it easier to blend out the rest of that eyeshadow. I'm going in with a light brown shade in my crease, really taking my time to blend it in. With a darker brown shade, I focus this mainly on the outer corner and I'm placing this just a little lower than that light brown shade. Then with the same brush I used for the lighter brown, I'm just going back in to really make sure everything is blended. I then take a copper glitter shade and focus it on the center of the lid. Then I'm going in with a really light, almost white shade in the inner corner to really brighten up that eye. I then tightline my upper lash line and then go in with the liquid liner to create a small wing, and I wing out the inner corner as well. Then I just add mascara and some half lashes to the outer corner of my eyes, and then we move on to the rest of the face. I'm priming with the iconic London blurring primer and then applying concealer that I mixed with the pink liquid blush to give me a bright pink under eye as well as color correct. While that dries, I'm going in with my House Labs foundation, avoiding the areas I applied the concealer. Then I'm using a cream bronzer to just warm up the face. I'm not really contouring just yet. To blend out my concealer, I always like starting outwards then working my way in to get the best blend. I then go in with the Rare Beauty liquid blush in the shade Lucky and focus this on the highest point of my cheekbones and then slowly start bringing it underneath my eye. Then going back with the same brush I used for my cream bronzer and just blending out the edges. Then with a bright concealer, I just add a little in the inner corner. While that's drying, I go in with a darker cream bronzer and start carving out the bottom of my cheeks. And when I blend out that bright concealer, I really only focus it right underneath my eye. I don't really bring it down. Then I dust my entire face with a translucent setting powder. I'm using Sugar Cookie by Huda Beauty. And once my whole face is set, I'll bake with that same powder right underneath my eye. And then I'm going in with the One Size Ultra Pink setting powder and putting that underneath, focusing on where I added that blush. While that's baking, I bring back some warmth in my face with the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. And then with my e.l.f. blush, I bring the top two shades and focus that on the apples of my cheeks, and then take the brightest pink and bring that closer to my eyes. Then with the same puff I use for the pink setting powder, I just blend the baking powder and my blush together to get this really nice bright pink under eye. And a little trick I like to do is add some bronzer on the bottom part of the blush to make my cheekbones even more prominent. And then I further carve out my cheeks with a brightening powder. For lips, I'm going in with a warm brown shade and then filling in the corner of my lips. And I'm using Endless Cacao by Makeup Forever and focusing this more on the outline of the lip. And then in the center, I use this nude shade from the Rimmel London Stay Matte collection and then use a clear gloss on top. And that is the final look. Very full glam, very sexy, and it is my go-to for any big event.